So, now we learned that you made Kiddush, and then he spoke about the karpas, and still in the karpas also. He said, "Kishemevi l'fanav ha'yirakas in kol hadvarim elu." When he brings the yirakas and all the other things, tov sheyasadu l'fanav b'kaira. It's good he should make it in a plate. The inyan sheyasadu l'avra ala mitzvahs. In other words, that he should make it that the things that he'll need first should be in front of him. More, it's not really so far, but that is you should have to go to the back of the plate.
But it turns out that the karpas is after the mora, really, because the mora is at the bottom in the middle of the plate. If you're going to the karpas, you're passing over the mora anyway. The way our car is set up,
it's more to the right, though.
The Hainu Shayirakas Yismuchel Yosa Minamatza. He's saying that
Comes on the left.
V'amatza Minamara. It's a different setup over here. V'chareis is V'amara, and V'chareis should be closer in Shnei Tavshilim. But the Shnei Tavshilim you don't eat. The Zroya you don't eat.
That's on the top.
And the egg you first eat at the end by the meal. So that's the last one. So put it up in the corner.
That's that part we do like that.
V'yesh she'ein makpidim al chareis shnei tavshilim im yeh smuchim elov v'kim she'einam boim al shulchan ela l'zecha ba'alma loy shayach etzlam ein mavirin al ha-mitzvos v'gam al ha-mora ein makpidim im yeh samach loy d'kim she'einam chaviv al ha-adam ואין דין קדימה women ברכס לננן וכך גם כאן אין מקפידים אם יסתר הגבר all of it's not a thing that he really wants וברך על הירוקס בתחילה ואחר כך על המצה ואחר כך על המורה ועל זה סמכם הידוע מטעם הידוע להם when the Rebbe writes Tam Yidua that means a pikabola. She says, and this is what they rely. This is the way we do it. We make the matzah, and on top of the matzah, you make the kaida. The hainu, after he straightened out the matzah, the three matzahs in the kaida, kisidron, kain mumayo, v'levi mumato, v'yisrael tachtov, and these three is a Rosh Tevis of Keli. So then Mesarden al Gabi HaKoyen Hazraya Shel Tleh. So Zraya is from an animal. And it's not some take a Zraya, they take the wing of a chicken. But he's talking about from an animal. This is mimin, v'abeitza mismo, v'amoro l'mato ma'at keneged emtsoim ke'en segel. It's like a segel, 3 dots. V'achakach hachareises mimin, v'akapas mismo, v'amoro shel kricha l'mato, ma'at keneged emtsoim. Again, segel sheni, it's like 2 segels. What's the idea of a segel? Because we were the Am Segula. The Eibusha took us out, so that's why we emphasize the segel by the Seder. Now over here, I'm going to skip this a little bit. I'll just explain it. Over here, he talks about the Yerakas that you could be Yaitse Mora with. So the bottom line is that there's a Mishnah in the second Perek of Psachim where they enumerate all the vegetables, and the cheshivas is the way it's listed in the Mishnah. Now, it's not just put together all five, but the seed, and the first one he says is salat. Salat means what we call the Roman lettuce, and he explains over here that the root gets sharper.
So today's lettuce, they don't have a lot of lettuce. They don't even grow on the ground.
We spoke about that already.
So I told you that my opinion is that you can't use that because you don't make Adamo. But someone said you do make Adamo.
Not all. It's just some places they make it like that. Most of the Roman lettuce you buy in the regular stores is made in the ground.
And mora, what we have mora, the chrein, that's number 3 according to the Mishnah. Mm-hmm. But we put an emphasis on the mora because it gives you want to feel the mora.
Sharpness.
So
That's the tamcha. That's the tamcha.
The tamcha is the chrein. That's number 3.
But what's the problem if it's not a adamim? So if you make a shackle, let's say grows in these.
We're talking about that. They have one of the meaning that they bring up from the 5 meaning is what we call endives.
Right, it says here,
Yeah, at the endive today they grow them in a hothouse.
Yeah, so it's not a adamim.
So many hold that you don't make adam on it.
Right, so you say, okay, so you don't make adamim. You can use it for the kaira.
Huh?
You don't make adamim for it, but you could use it for the kaira, right?
No, he says it has to be a payday that you make. It has to be
Mora has to be
adama. You make adama.
So, but today we use endives. Everybody says endives.
There was some years ago where people used endives. Remember, there was a couple of years where everyone was using endives.
Yeah, that was like many years
If you look back, Moshe, if you look back in Sif Yud Zayin, he says, "V'tzarech sheyiyah hayerek mimina yirokas shemavach shebechosem hibare pri adamo
That's the problem.
kishoich chayim."
No, because Kadesh Yifta Melavarch by Piadam al mother. But if the mother itself is also it grows like that in the hot house, then it's not a problem, right?
What?
It's Kadesh Yifta Melavarch by Piadam al mother. Because you have it in mind when you do the karpas.
So are you going to change the whole Haggadah on us now?
No, you can use the same things, the karpas and the mother, but the mother a lot of times also grows. Remember, it used to grow in Gaza when they had the Jews living there.
But if you hold that you make shahako, so then you didn't accomplish anything.
You use anything for karpas. He said you should do Adamo is
Say when you have in mind, because you have in mind for the mother, because when you make the bracha.
If it grows on water, it's left out.
It says over here because,
Laptop it's a vegetable.
but he's saying over here that he's saying here that you should take what Adamo in order because you make a bracha on it.
Yeah.
So you'll pot the good. There is a
So he said make a shackle on the first one and make a shackle on the second one also.
Not as
He says the karpa should be a shackle also, an item that make a shackle on also.
I'm saying if they both grow in the
If they both grow hydroponic.
from his mashma that it should be not just because because he holds.
Let's try to change the Judaism on it. There was no.
He holds that the vegetable has to you make adam on
It
it.
has to be a vegetable.
That's how he holds in the
Vegetable
beginning.
be adama because that's the vegetable. Then it's not a vegetable. It's pushing not the same thing. The bracha is different than the min is different.
Yeah, he did.
So now go to the next to Chavchas. In Chavchas he says that Chamisha Minim Halalu, these 5 species that he spoke about before, Mitzvah is like kazayas. You have to have a kazayas. So it could be, you can have lettuce and mora together, and together it'll be a kazayas. V'yotzim ben be'olim, ben be'krochim. Avoloi b'shroshim. In other words, the olim are the leaves itself. The krach is like a center piece that holds it together. And the shroshim are little, we don't even see the shroshim. The shroshim are like little roots that are extending in the ground.
What?
What's more?
He says, "Hainu shroshim aktanim hamispatzlim lekan lekan." אבל השיירש הגדול שבוי גדלם העולם אף שהוא תומן בקרקע, הרי הוא ככל כרך. כרך is like it's a part of it.
The stem.
ומכל מקום, טוב יוצא ליטר העולם, והכרך היוצא חוץ לקרקע. Better to take what grows above the ground. לפי שיש אומרים, שמשהו תם בקרקע הוא נקרא שורש. Everything that's in the ground is the root. אבל העיקר כסברה ראשונה, that the big centerpiece that you could, that we do accept to be part of it.
The mora, the crane, also has leaves on top. How come we don't take the leaves?
Very small, probably.
No, there could be big leaves there. There's the leaves, yeah. Like carrot.
Because that's not tamcha. The leaves are not tamcha.
So here we're saying the tamcha is, but here he says the ikar is the olim.
No, this is talking about the romaine lettuce.
Okay, now it says, Ha'olam and yotzim behen, elam kein hem lachem. They have to be fresh.
He says they have the haymin.
Well, aboloi kemushim. Not if they're already like drying up already. The ain't sorach loimi yeveshim. If they're altogether dry already, surely not good. Abol akrachem. Krachem is that root that's under it. Yotzim ben lachem ben yeveshim. The ain't sorach loimi kemushim. The kivin shakrachu of ain't tamid rosen nifsad al yidei mishavish. The leaves, when they dry up, they lose their taste. But the krach, actually, we don't see the krach.
Isn't the klach the white part?
The krach is a root that's under. They cut it off. They
When
cut
they cut their own lettuce, they leave that in the ground.
Yeah, there's a part still attached to it.
He says the root is bechlal klach. Isn't the klach the thick part of the lettuce, the
The
stem?
white part, the one in the middle.
The middle part. I think.
If it's cooked, it's no good. It loses the bitterness. So what does it mean? Komish? He says the hainu im makavish
Like pickled.
Kavish means it's like pickled, like it's preserved. The hainu im nishra betzir, if it was soaked in some type of liquid, it's a salty liquid.
Brine.
Oy b'chaimitz or vinegar. Chazak, which is strong. The shasam, and it was laying in it. B'rdei she'im hoyenoisen atzir v'chaimitz agabi ha'ar hoye maschil la'asiach. In other words, begin to bubble. V'chein im nishim eis le'eis. That we have a din that covers is k'mevushel.
24 hours.
What's the shot covers is k'mevushel? That if it was laying in the liquids for 24 hours, so it's considered like mevushel. So that's why he's saying b'chainim nishra, if it was soaked 24 hours, I feel b'mayim signing him even in just plain cold water, and yotzim boy, because that's considered like mevushel. Well, mixes our mind, and there are some people, some in the public, ain is hardim, they're not particular about this. In order to get out of it, get out the bitterness, the sharpness, so they soak it more than 24, and they don't realize
That they just cook
that it's like mevushel. V'yesh mishim yashim and hagam. On the other hand, there's some people that agree or they approve what they're doing. Loima she'afsha hasharu b'mayim eis nika kavush. It has something that's soaked in water for 20. It's called kavush. Varehu k'mevushel, and it's as though it was cooked. This is Indian koli sudan shebetaita. When you get to other sudan, like you have basar b'cholov, let's say, that was laying together in cold water, so it's considered like mevushel. Mikomak in your mora ain't a mevushal. But Gabi mora that doesn't make it mevushal. Elam came kavush b'chaymitz v'tzir. Only if it's really preserved. Ufi shatam ha'chaymitz ha'yatzir mishano mavashal tam ha'meridus. If it gets a different taste already, a different smell in it, it becomes something different. It's mishano mavashal tam ha'meridus hamora hanichvash b'ham legamri. Avo hamayim, if it's just laying in cold water, ein mevatlin ha'meridus. El mafigan tamik esas, it makes it a little bit weaker. B'chol shaloi nichvash b'chaymitz v'tzir adayin yesh b'meridus sas, and b'meridus so you could be yaitzu with it. So it's a questionable where some people say that it's considered mevushal, and some people say it's not considered mevushal. B'oid sha'af b'chol isurim, where we have a din as kavish is mevushal yesh omen. She'omish kavish k'mevushal, el kavish b'chametz v'tzir b'lei b'mayim, not in some water. V'av she'onu machmirim b'chol yisurim, mikol makom g'inyan mora ela hakma she'chumra havo v'dei kulu b'mekayim she'ein hakazares motzu b'oitzlan hatamchel v'mitzvus mora. In other words, because it's preferable to get the lettuce, which is the first, so it has a chshivas to it. Now these people take chrein instead of lettuce because they don't have lettuce, but they can't eat a lettuce. You can eat a kazayas of it, and this you can't eat a kazayas. So it's a chumrah that can be they cooler that you make lachan shayden b'mayim. Yema Yamayim, Lahafik Meridus Ksas. Therefore, it's permissible to soak it even 2 days to get out some of the sharpness.
It looks like they had different kind of lettuce there those days.
Not the lettuce, talk about the chayin. This is talking about the chayin.
This is the chayin.
Yeah. The white chayin.
The chayin is what you soak because you want to get out. So that's the question: how does it coincide with the kavish k'mevushal? See, what's that? Kavish k'mevushal is only if there's vinegar.
But like the Gemara, if you eat this romaine lettuce, that's the real mara.
That's the real motor what to do.
You don't have to eat the white mara ticker.
Right, you don't have to. It's only a
But from deswegen, the Rebbe ate a piece of it, not even grinded, a hard piece of it,
Of the
How did he
train,
eat? We don't even know.
of the horseradish.
and without teeth.
Right, that's what I said. How do you eat? I
And we
don't
come
know.
up
My
on-
Zend used to eat
The whole world doesn't stress over it.
But he says,
the whole thing like that.
we come up and Toivu hoitzi me'amayim tek mesles, v'yachse v'yishrenu shom, kishe'enu shora b'mayim chol dalet shoyes l'sufim. Eine nika kavish l'divu hako. So, if you're saying that it's good, don't let it become 24 hours. Take it out before you have 24 hours, because if it's less than 24 hours, it's not considered mevushal. I think some even have a shayla also, if you're holding the lulav in water, people when they come home, they put it in water, and the tip it stays till the next day, so the weiter kavish, according to here. That's a shayla that some people make with the lulav.
Well, it says a little can't be cooked.
No? Afa pi shekol hey minim elu nekroim mora b'lashon Torah mikol mokom midivrei sofer mitzvah l'achza acha chazeres, which is the lettuce. Afilu l'knoisei b'dom yikorim, even to spend more for it. Al derech she is by v'simun
Vegetable guys like this.
tafresh v'inyan esrog
2 years ago, this was $10 a pack.
Yeah,
hodo, that is about spending money. The apple pisha chazeres ain't by meridus. The lettuce, where's the bitterness? You don't have the bitterness. Mikomakom kishehu bekaka miskashe hakach shalo. When you leave it, so that center thing becomes hard. V'nasa mar ma'oid and becomes bitter. Nekach he nikra mora. ומצווה לחזור אחריה, אף שהיא מסוכם. In other words, lettuce,
Even if it's sweet.
even sweet. לפי שמצווה סמורה היא זכר מה שמורה המצווה אז חיה בסיינו בעבודת פרח. והם נשתבחו בהם בתחילה בפרח. They were soft talk.
They got
על
paid
ידי
again.
פיוסים ונוסם שכר. They would try to
Pacify.
talk them into it, and they even paid them for it. ובסוף, מוררו חייהם, they embittered their lives, בעבודת kosher. רוחן יש חזרס שתחילוסה מסוכה ורקה, which in the beginning it represents this whole concept, because in the beginning it's sweet and soft. ובסוף kosher מה, דהיינו, כשהכך שהוא המזכש כעץ ונעשה מר כלנו. ואם אין לו חזרס, יחזר אחזר אוכשן. אוכשן is endives. ואם אין לו אוכשן, יחזר אחר תמכה. That's chrein. ואם אין לו תמכה, יחזר אחר חבינה. I don't know what that is.
Sounds like names of Haman.
ואם אין לו חבינה, אזי ייקח המורה, דהיינו לנו. I don't know which all these are. Before he gave names for them, Chavina, I don't know, he brings what it's called. The Kaiden Ba'arabi, Alak Sina. Huh? Oh, and one is vermouth. Lana is vermouth. So, V'im Ega Yafilu Mara, Yikach Esa Yerek Ma, take any bitter vegetable,
Take an onion.
Sheyesa, Sheyesh Aimim, Shekol Yerek Ma, Sheroy Lachil, and Nika Mara, V'Loshen Taita.
Yeah, they should take a hot
Who
pepper.
Sheyesh Loi Seraf. Seraf means that it has some juice to it.
It's called mugwort.
Huh?
The plant is called mugwort.
What?
Mugwort.
Which
Lana.
Lana is what?
He says over here, and Taki says that that's what it is.
Wormwood.
Huh? It's a perennial weed in native Europe.
What's it called in English?
Mugwort.
Lana.
He says in the Shulchan he said the Lana is vermouth. I don't know what that is, but they have it in wine. There's wine with vermouth to put some bitterness in it.
Wormwood. Is that what it is?
Now what is seraf?
Common wormwood.
What does seraf mean?
Try poison
So
ivy.
he says Pirish kishe ma chatchen boy the seuchten eise b'makom cheturein yetze mimenu moel lovend kecholov. You know, there's some liquid in it that when you squeeze it, some white liquid will come out from it. The Rebbe used to squeeze out the water also. Upon machsifim. What does it mean, upon machsifim? It means the face of the vegetable he's talking about over here, not the person. The hainu she'ola shaloi eina yarek moed. It's not very green. Ka'olei hakrishim uvetzalim, like the
Leeks.
This
Leeks
what do you
and
call it?
onions.
The shells of onions or a leek or I forgot what they call it. What do they call it? Those one, the big
Big scones are called leeks.
scallions is the way.
Yeah, but leek is the large sized guy.
Right.
The big oversized scones are leek.
It
It looks like a scone. Right? What's the word for leek is in
Blaich is like you say in English, and Yiddish, it's a bleich. It's a bleich, like your face. It means it's pale.
pale, right?
That it has to be from these five minim. And you're making bracha achilas mora. So the mother is only these 5 minim. V'im enga yerek sheyesh l'sraf upon of machsiv until sheyecho eze erek acha sheyesh by merir ksat ozecha ba'amo v'ein tzorach gazayis v'chein mishu chayro ha'yistenes v'ein yochel lechel mora. He can't digest the mora. Tav sheyilas ma'at, he should chew a little bit. At sheyigis tam meridas bepiv, till he feels some bitterness in his mouth. V'zecha ba'amo b'loi bracha. B'zehu k'she'i efshel ekal, when he can't eat it at all, he can't digest it. Avo chayev adam litcha gazasma kayim mitzvah chacham ulecha gazayis b'sholem. Af im yichayv olav, if you pain him, v'shir gazayis is boy b'simin torpeyo. Okay.